It's season 2.
It is season 2.
Welcome to season 2.
I had to do my hair.
Where we've incorporated video for the visually... Yeah.
Oh, what's that, Judy?
Visually inclined.
No, it's called it's a croc.
Oh,
I'm wearing a croc. And Judy, do you like that croc?
No, and you wear them so much there's no tread at the bottom.
First of all, people know that the Crocs aren't, they're comfortable, but people do say that your pride escapes through those little holes. And that's the truth, Judy. It's the truth. That's why I wear them only indoors, behind closed walls. No one...
You used to wear them in public. You used to wear them to the hospital, to work, and out to restaurants on your lunch break. Yes.
Here's the question, though. Here's the real question. When you see me come around the corner, I'm looking damn good. You see me looking damn good, and then all of a sudden you look down and you see those Crocs on. What happens to you and your vagina at that point?
Nothing.
Nothing at all.
Nothing.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, it's a very unattractive shoe. They are comfortable. I myself.
Hello, my darling.
I have never owned a pair, but I'll wear his around the house every once in a while.
I just regret showing my feet and my shoe to YouTube now because there's so many feet freak.
No, don't call them that.
No.
They're foot fetishers. Fetishes?
Fetishers?
Fetishers.
Fetishers?
If you're the one doing the fetishing.
Hi, I'm Judy.
Welcome to Grammar 101.
Welcome to Foot Fetishers. No,
.com.
Because a lot of...
For $9.99 a month.
They hit me up all the time.
Travis will send you photos of his feet.
With honey on them.
Every Friday in your inbox.
Whatever you want, just hit me up. I'm doing $500 a pair.
No, that's way too much.
Really?
Yeah, I think the amount is much lower.
Oh.
Yeah, you do
I'm
have
doing
that.
$475. Anyway, I wanted to talk to you about something, Judy, and this is a question that has been kind of burning at me a little bit, and we talked about this maybe, I don't know, 6 months ago, and you said something to me that was disturbing.
Yikes.
It just didn't sit with me the way that I wanted it to sit, and that was this. So if you've been following me or I don't know, I guess you'd have to follow me, but I had testicle surgery.
Yes, water of the testicles.
Hydrocele.
Very interesting.
I had an enormous testicle. It came into the room before I even got to the room. My testicles did. But anyway, nonetheless, I digress. But I got this testicle surgery, and I had, how many stitches do you think that I had on my testicle, Judy?
Oh my God, like 28. It was a lot.
A lot of stitches, right?
Lots.
And Judy's mom is a nurse practitioner, and we were sitting in the room, and I was sitting on the bed. I remember this like it was yesterday. I remember like it was 10 minutes ago, Judy. And I looked down at my wounded testicle.
Right, where the stitches were dissolving or falling out or something, right? Towards the end?
Yeah, it was towards the end. And I was like, there's still some stitches that haven't dissolved. And then what did you say?
Oh, I know where this is. Yes.
Do you know what you said? I'll tell you what you said, Judy. She says, my mom could take those stitches out for you.
Right? She could.
Dude, come on, Judy. No.
We would cover your penis. We would cover the other testicle. And instead of like having to go and make the appointment and do all these things.
So here's my question.
She could just quickly pull it out. She's a nurse. She's been doing it for like 30 years.
She's not been taking stitches out of ball sacks for 30 years, Judy.
She has.
Wake up.
She's 100% has.
Here she is. And she's a lovely lady. And if she's out there, we miss you. We care about you.
She is not listening to our podcast.
So here's my question for everyone out there. And please write in the comments right below this. The question is this. Do you think it is weird and inappropriate for Judy's mother to remove stitches out of my scrotum? The answer is yes or no.
Okay. Well, in my defense, I did not, you were doing this poll. And I also think it would be...
It's been on my mind. It's been on my heart.
It would be a little weird, but we wouldn't advertise it. I wasn't going to tell anybody.
Okay, let's take it a step further.
It'd be 4 minutes, 1 minute long, and then that's it.
Would you let my father take stitches out of your something, your woo-ha?
Is your dad a nurse?
Yeah, he's a nurse.
Or is he a lobbyist?
No, he's a nurse.
Oh, okay,
And
gotcha.
you let him do it? Yes or no?
Oh, okay.
Judy?
Yes. You know what I'm saying.
We know what we're saying, and America knows what we're saying.
I want a female gynecologist. Damn it.
Okay, so please let us know. I say my stance is weird. It would be weird forever to know that your mom has played with my...
Not played with anything. Nobody's trying to play with your stuff.
Should be doing this. She'd do this. She'd do a little she'd do that what the kittens do when they do that little pat thing. Your mom would do that on my balls.
Muffins?
Your mom would do muffins on my balls.
No, she would not. This is outrageous.
Okay.
Absolutely outrageous.
Okay. All right.
Can we get on?
Yeah, let's get on. Let's go. Take us to the next subject.
My God. Well, I wanted to talk about near-death experiences.
Okay.
I feel like you definitely have had a few. I myself have had a few.
Take us through the first one.
Well, it involves drinking and driving and being an adolescent.
Dude, can we talk about... First of all, there's a lot of people out there that are
dumb.
drinking. Don't drink and drive.
It.
Don't drink and drive.
Don't.
Especially with Ubers and Lyfts.
Yes.
We didn't have that.
DUI in California is $10,000.
When I was your age. What?
Excuse me. DUI in California is $10,000. So it is always cheaper to call a car.
By the way, I know the fellas just caught that. They just saw you snap, I know someone out there was like, "Damn, you see her snap?
Oh, she runs that.
She runs him.
She runs that."
And then there's gonna be some comments right now like, "He's so soft, and she runs him."
I know how aggressive I am.
Let me put you down real fast and show my masculinity.
Okay, I guess.
Get in the kitchen, bitch.
Yeah, I'm scared.
All right, comment about that, guys.
Yeah.
Okay, so go on. So your near-death experience, you were drinking and driving, which is so dumb.
So dumb.
And
so just,
just by yourself?
No, I mean, I probably did it more than once. Just dumb shit. Do not drink and drive.
No.
So dumb.
Guys, okay, they know that now. So what did you do?
I was at a stoplight for a long time.
Intoxicated?
Yes.
Only on alcohol? Only on alcohol?
And marijuana. No.
Judy, how old are you? How old were you? I mean, how old were you?
Okay, the real truth is...
This is a real truth situation. This is a podcast, Judy. You can't be lying on this.
Yeah, absolutely. The truth is, it was Mary Jane.
What?
And there was no alcohol, and it was in the middle of the day, and I was with my friends, and we were getting high. We were smoking a doobie. And I was probably 17, 18.
This ends up in a near-death experience.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm at a major cross street, and I'm laughing and talking, and I'm at the stoplight for a long time. And it dawns on me, geez, I've been here for a long time.
At the stop sign?
At the stoplight, at a red stoplight. And just because it dawned on me, I'd been there for a moment and I forgot what I was doing type thing. Mm-hmm. I thought, oh gosh, it's a stop sign and it's my turn to go. And then I proceeded to go, and a car was flying down the major street.
How fast?
Like 40 miles, 45 miles.
So you literally almost T-boned yourself?
Uh-huh. And just they laid on the horn, and I turned shocked. Froze for a millisecond and then stepped on the gas. And I don't think I ever really did anything stupid after that. I was just really, really scared.
First of all, that's 100% a lie. Every time I get into the car with you, I'm absolutely terrified and scared.
But I'm not smoking doobies.
No, but I'm
drinking and driving.
And I'm still absolutely terrified.
No, I'm an assertive driver. If you have to be at the airport, you have to be somewhere, I will get us there.
Yeah, that's true.
Yes. And I have never had an accident.
You know, my mother ran over a little kid once. Did I tell you that? Did I tell you that?
And broke her arm.
Did I tell you that?
She told me that.
Unbelievable.
And broke her arm.
And ran over a child.
Right. And I can't remember. Was your mom a teenager herself? Was this when she was a social worker?
It was when she was a social worker. Okay. This little girl was...
Not little, like, I think prepubescent, like 12 to 14, right?
Okay, sure. She was 12 to 14.
Well, I mean, like, you ran over a toddler.
Get Exhibit A, sir. Could you bring it up, Your Honor?
5-year-old is, you know.
Okay, so would
do more damage.
She's a young woman?
Okay, sure.
Okay.
Jesus. Always on a technicality.
And there she is.
Ladies, are you sick of your man coming at you, tripping you up on a technicality in an argument?
call me.
Yes.
Call
Call Judith.
Call Judy. You've had experience dealing with a jerk? Dude, you got it so easy, though. Your ex-boyfriend. Shout out to Judy's ex-boyfriends. God bless. I understand why you guys left.
No.
I hate those guys.
Me too.
You know what I mean?
Same.
Fuck those guys.
Okay, that was. I just was super vulnerable. You made me admit doobies.
Okay. I've got a hit and run story.
Oh, of course you do.
This one is crazy. Okay, so I can't give away too much of the exact details of this because I could probably be like prosecuted. And there's probably somebody out there right now that's like, I've been waiting my whole life to prosecute Travis.
Wait, when was this?
This is my time to shine. You're going down, Canby.
No, there's statute of limitations on everything.
That's true.
Yeah.
Sucker.
Yeah.
I can't tell anything. Okay,
okay.
I'm telling you. So here it is. So I'm with, this is in college. I'm going to take you back to college.
Of course he is.
Let's go back to college with Trav. Yeah. So basically I'm in college and I have a red Tahoe at this point, and it was on 15s, I think, which is, I know people are like 15s, dog, that ain't nothing, 15s. It wasn't anything, I know, but it's what it came with, and they were custom and it was clean. It was a red Tahoe when Tahoe's banged, and it was on 15s and had 2 10s in the back, and it was a nice system, Judy.
Okay.
And if I picked you up in it, you would have been like,
oh my God, he's so cool.
You had a little bit of like Niagara thigh.
Jesus.
People don't know what that means.
Niagara thigh.
Well, dude, I said it so quick, and then you just put an emphasis on it. Now it's got a spotlight on it.
Comment below.
Comment below. Click. Anyway, so there we are. We're drinking, we're partying, and like when you play basketball and you're on a team, you get like limited time to relax and just be a normal student. So when we had a day off, and I remember we were all drinking and partying, and I was in my car. We went to downtown college. We're going downtown. Why am I singing a lot right now? But anyway, we go downtown. Bars empty out. It's going crazy. We're all on the car, like jumping around, just like, yeah. Yeah. All these bitches in this motherfucker. Yup. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yes.
And it's going crazy.
Okay.
Everyone's around. Everyone knows who we are because there's a Trav's loud car. There's the athletes and and everyone. No, okay, so you get it, right? Superstar.
Hometown celebrity.
Hometown hero. Travis Canby.
God.
Are the dogs barking?
No.
Oh, I thought I heard a dog bark. Maybe I'm just hallucinating. I don't know. Anyway, so all of a sudden, like the bars are emptying out, and there's these cars that are going by, and my buddy is in the car, and the car's full with people. My buddy's in the car, and he backs out the car. But when he backs out the car, he like steps on my gas, and you hear everybody in the car go,
oh, he's driving your car?
Yeah, and you hear everybody in the car go, no, and then just boom, and he just smashes into this car behind us. Yikes. And we all scatter like road.
You left your own car?
So I leave my car. I'm like, fuck that car. No. But we all leave. The guy that's driving the car and me are the only two left. It's in the middle of the bar. Like, it's crazy, Judy. Everyone sees it.
In the middle of downtown, like the little strip.
And we were already causing a scene, right? It's like we were causing a small block party. Dude, so I am drunk. I run over to the girl that's in the car, and I do this, like, come over to me. And I put my hands above her face, and I cover it up.
Why?
I swear to you, I don't know why I did that, but I started covering it up. And she's trying to do this on the street. She's like this because she's trying to get my license plate.
Oh, my God. You're like, covering her eyes.
Yeah, yeah. And I have huge hands for all those that were wondering out there.
Oh, no one's wondering.
They're wondering.
Okay.
And she's pissed because she wants to see the license plate. And
yeah.
I tell him, I'm like, go, 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 go. He speeds off. He's speeding up. I run through the Burger King parking lot. I hit him on the celly. I'm like, where are you at? Where are you at? I'm hammered. He's like, come, get in the car, get in the car. I get into the car. It's me and him. Bottles of liquor in the back. Everyone's intoxicated. Hit and run just happened. College knows what's going down. It's in Trav's car. 210 slumping. Boom, 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 boom. We in this bitch and we just did a hit and run.
Right, and your adrenaline's running, and you're excited.
And I'm like, we did it. We got out of here. No one's going to find us, right?
Totally.
So he's like, let's go. We pulled down the street. We live in this long street.
Yeah.
We pull down. We start going down the street. We look into the driveway, Judy, and who's in the driveway?
Campus PD?
Not Campus PD, the PD.
The real the real police? Oh, man.
Dude. So I tell him, I'm like, just turn right. Like, don't go into our driveway. Just turn right into the neighbor's yard.
Right. Oh, geez.
So he's like, okay. And he turns like this aggressive Dukes of Hazzard, like into the drive. Oh, dude.
Drunk driving.
Immediately the lights come on. Boop, boop. And here comes the officer.
He leaves your driveway and goes to...
And literally takes 14 steps across the street to where these two idiots... So anyway, my buddy's driving. I'm in the passenger seat. I'm adrenaline's running. And you know me, right?
Right. You're like, I've got this. Got this. Cool under pressure.
So I think I'm going to prison.
Stressing on the inside.
So... so he's like, what, windows down? My buddy rolls it down. And if you could see the liquor smell, it would have just like wafted out of the windows, like right into his nose. Like those cartoons where you like see it and it goes into his nose. Like it would have been that. And he's like, hey, basically cuts the chase. And he's like, so we got word that a car that is similar to this was in a hit and run downtown, and people have said that it was Travis Canby's car, and here we are, gentlemen. And I was like, oh, and then he leans in and he goes, it is Travis Canby, and he goes, and it is such and such on the driver's seat, and he goes, and he's like, how you boys doing? And we were like, we're doing well. And he goes, why don't you guys get out of the car? And so I get out of the car, and, I always want to warn cops before I get out of the car because I'm a big guy, you know what I mean?
Right. And but if he knows who you are then, if you're Travis Canby.
But also remember, I was not even close to a big name in college. I was a role player. I was
Okay, so
still,
maybe he doesn't.
But he still knew, like, you know what I mean? So
Sure.
he probably knew who I was. He probably got an autograph at one point.
Oh, God. Unreal.
So he gets out of the car and he takes me back there, and I look like hell.
Yes.
Hell.
Yeah.
And he's like, hey, so, the car that was hit was a white car. And I'm looking at the back of your bumper here, Mr. Canby. And I don't know if you see that, but doesn't that look like some white paint on the bumper?
No.
And I was like,
how much damage?
Not much, like just a scuff on my car, but the car that got roasted took a beating.
So it was a little guy.
I remember her screaming. She was like, you asshole, because I was covering her eyes up. Oh man, I shout out to that guy. I'm so sorry about that night. Anyway, so he's like, well, what's up with, the paint there, big guy? And I say that I backed into a fence down by the gym.
Right.
And he's like, okay. And he's like, you got any booze in the car? I'm like, no, sir. He's like, you got anything else in that car? I'm like, no, sir. It was like a swimming pool of liquor in the back because my idiot friends, teammates, friends, just left stuff in there. So anyway, long story short, we end up, he's like, get back in the car. And he's like, it's real quiet. And he leans into the car and he goes, you guys going to beat Kansas?
No.
I tell him, boom, 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 we about to get off in this out. Hey, boom, 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 we about to get off. Hey, Kobe. Is that your shot?
Yeah.
Anyway, so you know what happens from there, ladies and gentlemen. We just walked right across the street and got a good night's sleep.
Oh, no. And that lady had to pay for her car herself. No insurance
No,
stuff.
I took care of her.
No, yeah, right.
I was like, hey.
Yeah.
No, I honestly thought we were going to die. Someone was going to assassinate us at some point.
For her car.
But that's crazy, though. That's sports for you. That's sports.
Jeez.
You know what I mean?
I once took my boyfriend's car from a party to go and get more party supplies, and then went back. On my way back, I backed the car into a pole.
No.
You know.
Judy, why do you do that stuff? And you still drive like that. And so what?
I guess that was the only accident I ever got into.
Okay, so what happened? So you backed it into the pole?
Yeah, I backed
Did
it
he
into
trip?
well, and I drove back to the party, and I was like, I'm just not going to say anything. And so I went back to the party and just like had a good rest of my night. And yeah.
He was like, yeah, but so the next morning he saw it.
So the next morning he's like, oh my God, dude, someone hit my car. And I was like, are you serious? What happened? And we went to look at it, and he had a little dent in there with some.
You're like, how did that happen? That's so weird.
With some yellow paint, and from the yellow pole. And I remember he called the hostess of the party and was like, hey, dude, who drives a yellow bug? You know, they backed into my car. And
unbelievable.
I know. I played it off for probably an hour or two, and then I was like, oh.
You're like, by the way, baby, that was me.
Yeah, I crumbled under pressure. His brother was like, gosh, it literally looks like you backed it into a pole. And then he looked at me, and then I looked at him. I just started laughing. So it was fine. It ended up being fine. But, yeah. That
You're
was
like, I'll make it up to you, honey buns.
I didn't. I never did.
Oh,
because, you know, when you're young, you don't have any money, you know?
Damn, yeah.
Yeah. So
I just looked down and saw my Crocs again.
Oh, brutal.
I'm looking at them crocodiles. What I was thinking is, I don't know how we got on Hit and Run. What is it, Cha-Cha?
Yeah.
We have a dog. If you're watching the YouTube, by the way, we're on YouTube as well. This is our first YouTube. Season 2 is YouTube as well. And our podcast is called Canby Unfiltered. It's a little late for that, but that's Charlie.
Yeah.
That's Charlie. And then that is Anonymous. Her name is Anonymous.
And Charlie doesn't like Anonymous, so he doesn't want to be next to her.
I was just thinking about going back to near-death experiences. And I dated this woman in college, and her father told me a story about a near-death experience that he had. And he said that he was on a lake, and they were on peyote, and they were getting super lit, super duper duper high. And basically his buddies were like, hey, do you think that you can swim across the lake? And he said, hell yeah, I can swim across the lake. It's easy. I'm a swimmer, and I'm this and that, blah, blah, blah. And they said, then go for it. And so he dove into the water, and he started swimming, and he got about halfway across, and that's when he ran out of all of his energy. And he said that he was preparing himself for death. Like there was no way he could swim back, and there's no way he could complete it. So he was basically just shit out of luck.
Ready to surrender.
And so he said, like he said a prayer, I believe he said a prayer, and then he took his final breath, prepared himself for his maker, and then he let all the air out. By the way, that wasn't me letting air out. That was actually me passing gas.
Yikes.
That was
Are you kidding me? The things that go on in your brain.
No, okay. So he lets all his air out. He's like, and he starts to go, the water starts to go up through his chin, up through his mouth, and as it gets this to his nose, his feet touch the ground.
Oh, geez.
Yeah,
right.
No, I swear to you.
Yeah,
and he was
right.
like, he's like, you got to prepare yourself to that. The ironic part about that is that later that night, I was driving around an ATV on the back of like this plateau of a mountain, basically. Not a mountain, but like a hillside thing that I thought went on forever. And at one point, I had that terrible ex-girlfriend.
We hate her.
No. She's terrible.
No.
You're the
wonderful.
best.
Thanks.
On the back, and then I was in the front, and I was going to just slam on the gas and be like a jerk and be like, and then I said to myself, you know what? Maybe I don't do that, because what if she falls off the back and I didn't do it? The next morning, I went out there, and I was walking around to see where we were. Dude, it was literally 4 feet, 5 feet in front of me. I would have zoomed it, the gas, zzz, and we would have gone off a cliff, down as an immediate 90-degree drop off, and then it went into like jagged rocks. Might as well have been like tarantulas and scorpions down there as well. And in fact, I thought I saw a scorpion once.
That's scary.
And that was
That just reminded me of our Whistler trip and being on the snowmobiles. And
oh
my God.
Should we save that or tell that?
I think we should tell that right now.
Where are we as far as time?
You know, I'm sure a lot you're going to cut out in the beginning, you know.
Dude, I never edit these things. These things get raw as they get.
Oh, that's brutal.
Well, they don't have to pay attention. You guys can turn this off if you want to now.
Oh, God.
Turn it off. Go and do it.
No, press pause and save it for later. But I think we should tell the snowmobile story. It's so good.
Go for it.
So we went for New Year's Eve to Whistler, Canada.
Whistler.
With some of Travis's friends and stayed for about a week. It was wonderful. It was snowy. It was beautiful.
It was Christmas to the max.
It was.
To the max. Like
It was
if
a
Christmas
white
could
Christmas.
get steroids, it got injected with it. And I was so cuzzily?
Yeah.
I was cozy and cuzzy. What the Okay.
What's he saying?
Go, babe, go.
What? So we went to Canada.
What?
Yeah, we went to Canada, and
then we
went. I said, okay, it was one of our last nights, and I wanted to go and ride snowmobiles. I think this might have actually been my idea. I mean, everyone was for it, but I'm very sorry.
Well,
to
our buddy
friends.
had done it before, and he was like, "I did this once with a girl, and it was really cool. You should do it too."
Yeah. And you take
Idiots.
snowmobiles up this mountain and are in this beautiful cabin. I think it was glass or crystal, and they serve you fondue, and then you snowmobile it down the mountain, and there you go. And it's a 3-hour, 4-hour thing.
And the objective is supposed to be like drizzly snow. You little snowmobile,
Zoom,
zoom, and you're like, Judy, do you enjoy this?
Yeah.
There's not a snowflake alike, honey.
Right.
Eat that snowflake.
Right.
Oh, this fondue tastes so good.
Right. And was that the experience you had?
No, it was the complete opposite of that.
Complete opposite. Hands down, worst night of my life.
So what happened was we pull up to the scene with the ceiling missing, get on our snowmobiles. It's like 20 snowmobiles, 2 liters.
Right, and it starts to rain at
the
base of the mountain.
Like freezing snow.
Yeah, and sludgy kind of.
Yeah, like the worst. And it was, the temperature was starting to go down dramatically. It started getting colder,
Yes.
and we were starting to get wet, more and more wet. We had that WAP. We had that WAP right now.
Oh, Jesus.
And we started getting wet. And then I was like, okay, so we started elevating and going up the mountain.
Right. At first, I mean, it's not like a jet ski. A jet ski is like, just one solid thing. These are 2 separate wheels or the equivalent of a wheel. Sled, ski part, there's 2 of them.
2 levels. Drew's on the top one. So
Yeah.
we're driving.
And Travis and I are together on one.
And it starts to become crazy weather. Now, when I say crazy, so I've been in Germany winters, been in Kansas, all over the place, some crazy ones. This shit was out of control.
Yes.
It was the most intense blizzardy, wintry bullshit blasting us. Nightmare. So the winds were coming in at all directions. And then the snow, water, rain bullshit was drilling us like
all over my hands. My gloves were soaked
to the max. So you got the wind. It's awful. You can't see. So you're constantly wiping your screen. You're trying to wipe it. They pull us over and they're like, guys, we need you to pay attention. Like, we need you. This is like getting serious. They're like, we need you to pay attention. We're on the mountainside.
The weather has changed.
It's shifted on us big time. We've just got to focus, stay in a line, and just be careful.
And before we set off for our adventure, they had us do like some spinny things and kind of practice for a minute.
Turn the wheel to the left, turn the wheel to the right. It's that easy.
Right. And when the hill is uneven, you're going to lean into the hill, even if you're going around a bend, like, all this physics.
Oh, it's math.
Mm-hmm. We're not good at math.
No. And so we start to go up the mountain. And at one point, I'm not even joking, like it's a circle, right? You keep going up, and on the right-hand side, maybe to a foot and a half, it is a direct drop off. And I'm not exaggerating, like a full-blown National Geographic, holy hell.
Edge of the mountain.
The kind of stuff that you watch on TV and you go, I would never do that.
Never.
We were in it.
I
was like, wait a minute, what? I didn't sign up for this.
And little stick trees that if you fell along the side, they would eat you.
Game over.
Yeah.
And then on the left-hand side was safety, pretty much.
Right. It was the mountain, and that was it.
So we start to go up this, and I'm legit at this point trying to stay sane, but I am scared. And our snowmobile starts to tip. It starts to tip. It's not, so it starts to go a little bit. You and I instantly lean towards the safety zone.
Way.
The whole entire snowmobile gives out, and the whole thing falls over. We flip over.
Yep. On the almost falling
off of the edge.
Yeah, it was awful.
And the snow's coming in. It's like, and they're screaming, everyone stop, everyone stop.
Because we're all in a little, just a line of people. How many people? 8, 10?
It was insane.
10 snowmobiles.
So what happened was I got trapped under the snowmobile. It crushed my leg.
Yes.
So I'm hanging next to the edge. A snowmobile is on top of me.
Yes.
You've fallen off.
Just sheer panic on my end.
And so they finally,
buried in
they
snow.
get us back up.
Yeah.
And they're like, there's no way to go down. You have to focus and we got to go up.
Yeah. And so we're going into the eye of the storm. Like the higher you get in the elevation and the worse the weather is.
It was just it just progressively became a nightmare. It became worse and worse.
Scarier and scarier.
We end up falling again at
twice.
Another point.
In deeper snow.
And it takes
deeper, wetter snow.
And it kind of got up into my chest area.
My whole outfit was soaking wet.
And I was thinking to myself, I was like, Judy, like this is so. The only thing that kept me sane was that we had, like I guess,
shelter
trainers in front of, or like whatever they were, like those.
Oh, I thought like shelter was around the bend. We'd be there in 10 minutes. I just kept telling myself like probably just 5 more minutes, probably just 3 more minutes.
And you're hyper focused, so you're gripping onto the bars. You're so aware. You're constantly wiping. It's pitch black outside. You have this little beam of light that's being muted by all of the snow and debris. Yeah. So it's not fun. It's very, very stressful. And you're trying not to fall over the edge.
Yes.
Finally, we reach the top. We get to the top, and there's
this little weak ass.
Weak.
So weak. Little tiny pathetic. Not worth it cabin
is sitting up there on top of a mountain. Like if you could draw a mountain and then put a tiny little Paul Bunyan cabin up there with a chimney stack and some fire coming out. Yeah. That's what it was. But it looked like the Biltmore Estate. I mean,
it was gorgeous. It's like a beacon of light.
So we jump off.
Shelter, warmth.
So so basically they line up all of our snowmobiles, and there's other crews that have made it up there as well.
Right.
So
on things that I think are called bobcats, where they were covered and encapsulated, and they're like big, giant, oversized Tonka trucks.
They look like living rooms with tank trucks. And
yes.
So there's the snowmobiles, and then the people that came up in those. Right. Those things are heated. They're extra
they have
gnarly.
Blankets.
They're actually gnarly. They're encapsulated, like Judy said. So we get up. We go into the cabin. It is warm.
Kind of, but I'm soaking wet.
And it took how long to get up it?
I want to say 40 minutes.
40 minutes to an hour.
Yeah.
So we get up there. They feed us hot chocolate. And what else, Judy?
And it's not even hot. It's like mild chocolate at this point.
It's freezing. And I am at this point, I am shivering to the point where I thought I was going to cry.
Yes, I was so much pain.
I couldn't believe it. I was, and I was just like, duh. And then they were like, okay, we're going to have some food that's going to get your IBS going, Trav. We're going to give you some
cheese fondue.
It was cheese fondue and
with some white bread and
straight chocolate.
Yeah.
They're like, we're going to mix this together.
And I think it was either water or dairy.
Dude, it was the perfect ingredients for me to have explosive diarrhea on the top of a freezing cold mountain.
Right, with the chills.
So
wait, no. You thought you had it bad. I was so soaking wet through my waterproof snow pants and onesies and layers of clothes that legit excused myself to go to the restroom because I thought I started my period.
I know, you told me
I was soaking wet all over my body, my hands, my hair, my back, my feet. Everything was wet. I just was insane. Freezing wet.
So finally, after just sitting there hating life, we tried to pay to abandon our snowmobiles and take the heated living rooms down, like anybody would. And I was like, please. I was like, dude,
I'll pay whatever you want.
I'll pay you the money.
Just let me get in the Bobcat.
Get me in the damn truck, and I'll give you the money, okay? And he was like, are you on the list? I was like, no, I'm not on the fucking list. I was
like the club.
But I got $27, and I need to get on.
And a Venmo account.
And he was like, nope, you're taking the snowmobile. So, dude, here's what it gets to be a pain in the ass. We get outside, and now it's even gotten colder. The winds have picked up. I'm not joking.
And everyone is giving each other just painful eyes. Like, I don't want to do this eyes. I'm scared eyes.
We're scared.
This is miserable eyes.
And at this point, I realized that the navigators were scared as well. Like, the people, they were like.
Ollie from Holland?
only from Holland.
That's my.
She's like, don't worry. Don't worry. It's okay. You might die.
Yeah, exactly.
You might die, but you signed that waiver, so it's not our fault, fucker.
Yeah. She was nice. It's okay. The weather's a little different today.
It's a little different.
So we're going to have another expert in the back and in the front, something like that.
So
that was our only help.
We're on the snowmobiles, and no lie, we waited 15 minutes because one princess, I think it was a guy, he was like, I want my snowmobile that I took up here on the mountain. And we're like, bro, just get on.
I still think there had to have been something we're missing. Like his glove was attached to it. And I mean, if his gloves stayed dry, God bless him. He's a lucky man. He needs to find that.
It didn't. It was unbelievable. So we waited for 15 minutes.
In the cold.
We froze. We get down the mountain. We exit. It's over with. We immediately all ran to the house, got into a hot tub. But there were definitely points of near-death experiences where I was like, this is where we're going to die here, Judy. We're going to die.
It felt never-ending. The whole trip just felt never-ending, and it was maybe 3 hours. I was very, very scared. Every turn, I was really, really scared. I thought, how are they letting us drive on the side of a mountain like this?
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable. We flipped twice. I can't even believe that.
No, that's
that was
it's just so
scary.
Don't do that. If you go to Whistler and you're going to go, don't take the snowmobiles up to the shitty cabin.
Yeah, and we paid for that. We paid probably like $150 to almost die.
No, I think actually it was $250 a person, and I think that my buddy Sam was like, I got you, dude. Just hit me with the Venmo. And I never hit him with that Venmo. Oh, yeah. Gotcha.
No, you cannot be that friend.
Gotcha, Sam.
Everyone hates that friend.
Gotcha, Sam.
No, Sam.
He's watching this right now, and he's like, I'm getting my money.
I'll Venmo you. That's insane.
Anyway, so that's what we wanted to talk about on season 2. So, guys, look, season 2 is YouTube.
Yeah, this is why I'm kind of more of an observer. You know, I'm not very adventurous. I don't want to do that again.
We won't. We'll do something else. But yeah, so anyway, back to Canby Unfiltered, our podcast season 2. We've got a lot of these coming. We're going to be interviewing guests this season. So I don't know how we're going to do it, the setup. We'll probably do something different. But put the guest right here.
Hey.
No, but so if you think that you've got a cool story or something crazy story that you want to tell, or you've got a wild profession, hit us up. Hit up Judy in the DM. Hit up me in the DM.
Yep.
Slide into my DM. Yeah. And then that's about it, right?
He checks his DMs in front of me. Nothing gets past me.
Damn.
Never.
Goalie over here. The goalie.
Hey.
Who is that? Is that Jennifer? Who? No, it didn't say Jennifer. It said Tim.
Tim. It would be Tim. Where are those feet photos?
Hey, it's Tim. Can you send me one of those feet pictures?
Can I get one of your webbed toe?
Can I get a toe pic?
Yikes.
75. Come out with that Venmo for 75. I'll give you a toe pic.
I wonder how much they really do pay for it.
I think they charge I think you can get for good feet maybe $100 a pic, maybe.
Why? I mean, I could go to the beach or like go outside, take pictures of people for free. Their feet.
I got some bomb ass feet.
Yikes. And on that note, thank you so much for tuning in.
Thank you, guys.
It's been a real
Share
treat.
this. Help us grow. Like if you're feeling this right now, be like, guys, you got to listen to my friends, Judy and Trav.
Yes.
Don't be selfish and just keep it to yourself. Share us. Whore us out.
Whore us out. Whore Travis out.
Okay, and then I do this move, and then it's going to fade to black soon. Okay, ready?
Okay.
And fade to black.